Alright, you guys, as I'm getting into all this good food, I need to start mentioning that, yes, indeed, I did go out this past weekend. I left my apartment. I did it. Okay, in the Uber. Here we go. I'm excited.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Kidneyjay. The J stands for jerk because my kidneys are a pair of jerks. And yes, you heard that right. Hungry fat chick left her apartment. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, that was my dance hall air horn celebration because she revealed all of this during her video titled Out and About Storytime Rasta Pasta Jamaican Jerk Chicken Wings from House of Dutch Pot Mukbang. A little context if you care to listen. Hungry Fat Chick leaves her apartment maybe about once a year. We saw her leave the apartment last year to go have dinner with friends, and then the previous year there was the whole medical debacle with ex-husband Red. She does touch upon that in this video. She also had some friends with her to help her along the way, one being friend of the channel and friend of HFC, Sansa Pants I call her, from Sansa Cooks. So she talks about that as well. But before I do get started, because this is going to be a long one, folks, if you could please jerk my like button, I'd appreciate that. Maybe sprinkle some pimento on that subscribe button if you are new, and I do have memberships listed down below if you want to help support my humble little channel that way. So let's go to Hungry Fat Chick and listen to basically all the struggles it took for her to leave the apartment to have a meal with friends.
They came and got me because I have a wheelchair, so they came and they got me. And we went out. I was nervous. I was very nervous, but I trusted her to you know, get me out safe and sound. One of my biggest worries about going out with friends is, can they handle me in the wheelchair? Because when Red took me out, he had a problem. He had to have help getting me up this particular ramp that leads to the parking lot. So I was kind of leery, but I figured, you know, it's two people. They should be able to handle it. So yeah, I left the apartment.
So Candy goes on to say that she did shoot a few snippets of video that I'm going to show you now. She looks very uncomfortable waiting for Sansa and friend to pick her up. Probably a bit of apprehension. I will say this before we really get into it. I understand how this feeling is. I understand that Hungry Fat Chick's world is very small, and being confined to an apartment can create loops of isolation, depression, and of course, sedentary behavior. So I do think in general, this outing was a good thing, good for morale, and maybe it'll sort of change and shift her perspective that she knows she can do this and maybe go out for doctor's appointments and other medical treatment she so desperately needs.
Hey y'all, I'm outside the door and I'm getting ready to go. Oh, I'm definitely nervous, but I know I'm gonna have a good time today. I trust my friends completely, and we're gonna go and see what we can get up to. I am at Bistecca Italian Steakhouse. Very excited to try the food here. Having a good time so far.
Hungry Fat Chick goes on and shows what she had to eat at the restaurant, which had color in it, which is a much needed break from the usual burnt siennas and Van Dyke browns of the deep fried slop she normally eats. And then she shot a little clip outside of the restaurant where we get a voice cameo from Sansa Pants.
Outside the Tuscany, where we just finished having a really wonderful dinner. One of the best steaks I think I've ever had in my life, to be honest. If y'all get the chance to come out here and go to the Bistecca Italian Steakhouse, give it a chance. Hey guys, one more thing.
Are you gonna tell them you had dinner with me?
I guess I will. It's been amazing.
It's okay, you can tell them.
Okay. I'm out with Sansa, and we had a wonderful time. I felt really safe and really comfortable, and her and her friend took really good care of me. But yeah, I made it out, you guys. Yay! In the taxi on the way home now. It's been a fun evening. I'll check in again before I get ready to call it a night. Thanks for coming along with me. I know I didn't show y'all much, but...
So Hungry Fatchick also describes another issue, not just mobility, but even getting dressed to go out.
The major issues that I have is I can't get pants on. It was very difficult to get them pants on with my hip like it is, and the bending down and the lifting up, and then I couldn't get it over my butt. I was like, oh, it's really hard to jump when your hip is not. I had to kind of jump to get my booty in them pants, but I didn't want to go out in like a dress, you know. And the top that I was wearing was the one that's got sleeves, because I, you know, out in public I didn't want my bango wings flapping in the breeze. But you know, save the general public. You guys choose to come see me here. These people didn't choose to see the show.
So wardrobe malfunctions aside, Hungry Fatchick goes on to talk about agoraphobia and her agoraphobia in particular. I have no idea if she's ever been officially diagnosed, but she does talk about how there were times when she was pretty scared that maybe something would happen, maybe she would fall or topple. I don't know Hungry Fatchick's apartment. I don't care to know it, but I do have a feeling it's not simply just her stepping outside and getting herself into a car and then getting to a destination. I have a feeling there are a few more steps, and she talks about that in this next clip.
Oh man. So I did it. The agoraphobia is real. Like seriously, it was a little bit bad at times, but Sansa, she would lean over and she would kind of hug me a little bit and tell me it's okay. You know, I mean, I needed that kind of support. I mean, and she really made me feel safe. I really appreciated that. You know, going out on my own is like, I don't think I could do it. You know, but if I have a friend or two that I really trust that can like look after me and like calm me if I start to hyperventilate, because there was one moment, you know, because going down the ramp is just as scary as backing up the ramp, and I was like like I was giving birth all the way down. I was like, ah. And it's not a very big ramp and it's not very steep. It's just anxiety.
Candy also talks about how it's hard to find a vehicle to accommodate her. She has difficulty getting in, as well as her size and the size of her wheelchair make it difficult. So it's sort of a Goldilocks situation where she has to find just the right vehicle. So let's listen to her talk about that, as well as a clip in the Uber.
The only other major issue that we had was finding an Uber or car, like a taxi or whatever, that I could climb into, because I'm very, very short, and with my knees and the hip, if I can back my butt into a vehicle, you know, then I can basically like roll in and get my legs in. But like a couple of the vehicles I tried and I was too short. I couldn't get my butt on the seat to roll in. So it was challenging and it was embarrassing. But so a sedan model like car is what's gonna work for me. Get ready to call it a night. Thanks for coming along with me. I know I didn't show y'all much, but it was still nice. Oh, so the first car didn't work because it was like a kind of like a mini SUV, but it was still too high up for me to climb in. The second car was a really nice Lexus. And I climbed into the back for that one, and it was actually the door, the where the door is between the front seat and the back seat. The area was kind of small, but I was able to roll in, even though it was a little bit of a tight squeeze through the door.
So I'm going to wrap this up. I just have one more small clip at the end where Hungry Fatchick talks about her loss of mobility over the years, and she does cite menopause and maybe loss of bone density. I do want to say that I know a lot of people get frustrated with Hungry Fatchick, and I do believe that she has a learned helplessness by basically trying and failing so many times to do something about her situation. Hopefully, and I'm going to manage my expectations here, hopefully this outing sparked something in her, maybe gave her a bit of confidence that she can do it, maybe not alone, but with friends, and maybe she could get out and take care of some health issues. But like I said, I'm managing those expectations. So that's it for me. Thank you so much if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys, not it. I don't know what it is. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye now.
Anyway, you guys, thank you all for spending time with me today. I'm glad I had something nice to report to you guys. That I actually stepped outside my door. And I did. And it was just the stepping out is a challenge. But once I was safe in my chair, I was like, whew, okay, here we go. Oh, man. Yeah, having mobility stuff is, you know, it sucks. It sucks. And before menopause, I was getting around a heck of a lot easier, but, you know, I'm losing bone density on top of everything else. So, getting old on top of being a giant woman.